Hi Helena, I picked this book just for you. It's called Josefina Javelina, A Hairy Tale, and it's about a little ballerina from the desert. It's written by Susan Lowell and illustrated by Bruce McPherson. Once upon a time, way out in the desert, there were 3 little javelinas, and their names were Juan, Jose, and Josefina. Javelinas are hairy, hoggy critters, wild and free. They love to eat cactus, thorns and all. From dusk to dawn, Juan and Jose gobbled and crunched. Sweet, they slurped. Snurp, they burped. Then they scratched each other's backs and snoozed all day. But their sister was different. Josefina was a dreamer. With her head in the clouds and stars in her eyes, she sang and danced wherever she went. Oh, I can play the concertina, and I wish I were a ballerina, Snorg, said her brothers. But Josefina longed for excitement. Oh, to be famous. My name in lights, my hooves on point, my fur in tights. When the big red sun went down and the bats began to fly, the 3 little javelinas trotted off to their local watering hole. At the Oasis snack bar and cantina, Juan and Jose liked to rock and roll. Crickets fiddled and toads croaked. Bunnies hip-hopped. Bobcats bebopped. Far away in the desert darkness, Coyote howled at the moon. Meanwhile, handsome Julio and the javelina heartstrings played a warm and spicy salsa tune. Boom, boom, chili boom, sang Julio. You make my snout sing. My hair is smoking. My heart goes zing. Boom, boom, chili boom. Nibbling on a prickly pear, Josefina hummed to herself. The Oasis snack bar and cantina has no place for a ballerina. Great horned owl winked at her and whispered, do something new. And the very next day, something wonderful came by snail. A card, said Josefina, from my cousin Angelina, way out west in Pasadena. California is coolissimo, wrote Angelina. Wish you were here. Josefina did 3 pirouettes and a giant leap. Pasadena, she cried, that's right next door to Hollywood. And she burst out singing, let me go where the grass is greener. I'll pack my tutu and concertina and hit the road to Pasadena. The road was long. The road was rough. Yikes, cried Josefina, traffic! But at last she got to Pasadena. Funorama, said Angelina, it's my cousin Josefina. And Josefina began to dance and sing. I can play the concertina, and I will become a ballerina. Fabulissimo, said Angelina. Let's go. At the Big Break Talent Agency, Josefina did her act for a dude in a fancy suit. The sign on the door read, White E. Lamb, a taste for talent, a nose for the stars. Wild, totally wild, cheered Mr. Lamb. Baby, you're a javelina superstar, like Gregory Peccary and Cary Grunt. But I sing, said Josefina. Yeah, like Frank Sinatra, cried Mr. Lamb, and Elvis Presley. And she dances, said Angelina, and she plays strong, yet tender, he sighed, scrumptious, like Marilyn Monroe. He reminds me of somebody too, thought Josefina. But who? Come back tomorrow, girls, grinned Mr. Lamb. He yodeled a little song. It's your debut, my sweetie poo. Ooh! Super mega-tastic, shouted Angelina. But Josefina worried all night long. Should lambs have fangs? She wondered. And suddenly she was homesick. She missed her hairy brothers, Juan and Jose, and she was hungry for a prickly pear. Slumpa-rama, cried Angelina. I can't go on, moaned Josefina. But ballerinas can't just stay home and dust, gasped Angelina. Finally, slowly, Josefina smiled and sang, No, I didn't come to Pasadena to sing and dance with a vacuum cleaner. Early the next morning, back at the talent agency, Josefina fluffed her tutu and tied on her toe shoes. Mr. Lamb's shadow loomed behind his window, but something about him was strangely different, and so was the sign on the door. R. Ben Coyote, prankster, predator. Balmissimo, screamed Angelina, and off they ran through the streets of Pasadena with Coyote hot on their heels. Yikes, cried Josefina. Traffic! Horses pranced, princesses waved, tubas honked, and cymbals smashed. 3 giant pigs floated slowly down the street. It was a parade, but who was hiding behind the 3 pigs? Look out, cried Angelina. Rip! Coyote ate a big bite of Josefina's tutu. Run, Angelina, she shouted, and Angelina escaped. Then Josefina spun like a top, leapt like a lizard, and flew like a shooting star. Huffing and puffing, Coyote fell behind. All across the nation, people watched on TV. What grace, they said. What footwork. Josefina waltzed past the tortoise and the hare. She danced circles around Cinderella. What a ballerina, people said. She's another Anna Piglova. She jumps like the great Baryshnikov. She's a prima Javelina ballerina. Coyote sneaked by the 3 bears and hid behind Red Riding Hood. Whisk, snap! But Josefina put some dip in her hip and some slide in her glide. She showed Coyote 6 high kicks and she made him do the splits. Then she joined a marching band and played her concertina while everybody sang, "Never bite a ballerina. Nothing in the world is meaner than a bitten ballerina." Behind their backs, Coyote vanished in a cloud of smog. When the parade was over, the phone began to ring. Josefina was famous, and soon she left her mark on Hollywood. In the Nutcracker, she starred as the sugar plum Harry. But even though she was a prima ballerina, Josefina was terribly homesick. She missed the hot desert sun and the cool desert moon. She missed the Oasis snack bar and cantina. She even missed Juan's snorts and Jose's burps. But then came the very best call of all. "Josefina, this is Julio," said a voice from the past. Could you ever do a show at the Oasis snack bar and cantina? The moon shone like a spotlight on the desert watering hole. It was full to the brim and the prickly pears were ripe. What a party! Even the skunks, snakes, centipedes, and scorpions were welcome. "Snarf, slurp," said Juan and Jose. "Yum, yummissimo," said Angelina. The Javelina heartstrings played, and Josefina danced like lightning in the summer night. She did something new. "Dreams do come true," she cooed. "Boom, boom, chili boom," sang Julio. "The Oasis snack bar and cantina loves you, salsa ballerina. Boom, boom, chili boom." "Ole!" cried Josefina Javelina. And way off in the distance, Coyote sang the blues. The end. I hope you liked the story, my little ballerina. I love you so much.